increasing incidence of the neonatal abstinence syndrome in U.S. natal ICUs.
I know it may not seem like a big deal to have protective sex while you're hot. Nutrition, babies born addicted to heroin, cocaine, whatever the moms are doing, and what we're about to show you is not great. So what sort of drugs are you using?
Cocaine to heroin to methadone. There's a baby here that has in your system. It has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different drugs in the system.
So what are some of the typical withdrawal symptoms on the seizure?
We see a lot of tremors, so their body shaking. We see a lot of hand wringing and rubbing at their faces, crying and irritable or at a high-pitched cry.
How did you first get into drugs?
When I was 9 years old, my dad got me hooked up in heroin.
Once we got together, we just kind of went hardcore into everything that we could get our hands on.
Do you guys feel much guilt?
I'm ashamed of it all. Like, it hurt really bad. We both shed a lot of tears over this.
Ashley, right now, Brittany is in our studio. She's addicted to meth, marijuana, and alcohol, and she's had 2 miscarriages so far. What would you say?
If you know that you're pregnant and you're messing around and doing drugs and thinking it's going to be okay, it's not.
So this is a little nuts, and then she just died.
Mom was using methamphetamine. Apparently, Mom didn't know she was pregnant, so she didn't have any prenatal care.
You can see this baby has no subcutaneous fat. She was basically starved in the womb.
This Susie, she's been here for 3 weeks, and unfortunately, she has not had any visitors.
So nobody's come and seen her for 3 weeks. How does somebody who can have another life inside them and just not care to do what they need to do to just get off the drug just long enough for the baby's sake? And then he's such a proud papa. And now that little girl's driving a car around. I don't get to see her much anymore. That your mama is missing you too. Deep down. I bet she is.
Woman here, she's pregnant, and surrounding her are cocaine, marijuana, drugs that may be from a doctor. And what happens is this goes right into your system, and your baby's going to be smoking the marijuana, and it's going to be smoking the crack as well. And basically what happens is there's this barrier here, this placenta, but it doesn't protect the baby from everything. Things get through to the baby through the umbilical cord. You have the umbilical cord that is attached to the placenta, and what happens is these drugs, especially like cocaine, they will decrease the amount of oxygen it gets to the baby because the vessels getting restricted, because this acts on the vessels going to the baby. This is the cord, all the nutrients and things that go to the baby are going through. So its supply is being diminished. So here you have the baby inside. Remember, your baby's smoking, your baby's doing the alcohol, your baby's doing the same drugs that you are, and it's causing baby to work hard on this baby's heart to speed up. And then what does that do to baby? What can happen is with these vessels, premature labor can cause what we call precipitous labor, cause contractions, cause the placenta to separate and cause bleeding behind here. And what happens with that is that not only is the mom bleeding, but the baby is bleeding too. So baby can die, and this is the baby dying here. The color's going dark. This is the dead baby. Mommy can die. And you all said you also wanted to have babies afterwards. If you don't die and you're bleeding to death, the other thing we have to do sometimes is remove your uterus. You may not ever be able to have a child again. So those are the consequences. You can die, your baby can die, and I see this all the time. I delivered a woman with a crack pipe in her bra. She was 15 years old, and she came in and precipitously delivered that baby. Baby died. She ended up dying a day later.
So definition. This is a syndrome with the most common cause after inhibitor exposure to opioids. Also can be given by consumption of narcotics such as heroin, codeine, oxycodone, methadone, or buprenorphine. These drugs cross the placenta and the baby becomes addicted along with his mother. So, the signs and symptoms. In the first few days of life, the baby presents hypertonia, autonomic instability, irritability, poor sucking reflex, impaired weight gain, and seizures. Methods. The data were obtained from the Pediatrics Clinical Data Warehouse (CDW) and shows information on approximately 20% infants admitted to ICUs in the United States. The analyzed data come from infants in neonatal abstinence syndrome from 2014 through 2013. The data was collected based on the age of the infants at diagnosis, the length of stay in ICU, age and ICU discharge, use of any respiratory support during NICU stay, use of breast milk, the diagnosis of clinical seizures and feeding problems, and death while in NICU. The results. From 2004 to 2013, a total of 6,074 and 845 infants from 299 clinical centers were eligible for inclusion in our study. The frequency of NICU admissions increased from 7 cases per 1,000 admissions to 27 cases per 1,000 admissions. The rate of increase was significantly higher from 2009 to 2013 than from 2004 to 2008. During this study period, there were no significant changes in the proportion of infants who were male or who were born small for gestational age. 4 infants died, and all of whom had received a diagnosis of sepsis. The percentage of infants who received multiple medications did not change significantly during our study period. Morphine was the most commonly used medication. The proportion of infants treated with this agent increased from 49% in 2004 to 72% in 2013. So, final discussion. This syndrome was first described in infants born to mothers who use illicit drugs. We found that many affected infants were born to mothers who use opioid pain relievers. Federal and state policymakers have begun to address this problem with strategies such as prescription drug monitoring programs, the elimination of pill mills, and more recently a change in the class scheduling for hydrocodone.